Hello, for this video we're going to discuss how to get something to the serial monitor in an Arduino and how to take that serial monitor output and plot it in Excel. We're going to start with a really simple Arduino diagram where we just have the TMP 35 temperature sensor. Actually, I think it's a TMP 36. And we are just going to have it read the temperature sensor on pin A0 in the units of Fahrenheit, print to the serial monitor, and then wait a second. And then it's going to do this, and it's going to loop. The only thing we're going to do a little bit differently, we actually have hooked up to our Arduino. You can see it here. It's the LM35 temperature sensor. So in order to actually convert the temperature that we're getting out of this simulated temperature sensor, we actually just have to change the temperature in Fahrenheit by 90 degrees. So we're actually not changing the temperature in Fahrenheit by 90, we're actually calibrating the sensor correctly so it outputs the temperature in Fahrenheit. So once we do that, we can go ahead, we're going to grab the code from this. So I'm just going to grab all of the text here. We're going to go ahead and copy that, so Control C, or you can right click, and then we're going to go to the Arduino. I'd actually already had something here, but I wanted to show you from scratch, so you probably won't have an error message. We're going to paste that code in, and then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and run that code. I have my Arduino hooked up with my temperature sensor and plugged into my computer. So it's done uploading. What we're going to go to now is Tools. We're going to go to the serial monitor here. What we want to make sure of here is that our serial baud rate here is the same as the baud rate here. So it is. Turns out it's about 73 degrees in here. If I cut my hand around this temperature sensor, as so, the temperature starts to go up. You can also see it go up when I'm putting my hot breath into it. And so then we have enough data here. What we're going to do is we are going to get rid of the auto scroll. This will be easy, make it easier for us to select. We'll give it a little bit more data just so we have the sign of up and then down. And then we are going to just grab this data, go all the way to the top. We're going to hit Control C. We're going to go into Excel. And so in Excel, I've already kind of made a simple thing here. We have time elapsed here, but I want to paste this temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. And then my time elapsed, I can just say the first reading was 0 seconds. The second reading was 1 second. And I could go ahead and copy that all the way down. But the easier thing to do, Excel does a nice thing where if you kind of select a pattern, then you can drag that pattern all the way down to the end of your data. The other thing you could potentially do is if you want to just go to the end of the next cell, you can just double click here and it'll go all the way down to wherever that next column is ended. So now we have our temperature in second, or our time elapsed in seconds, and our temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to select both of those things. Then we're going to go to Insert. We're going to go to, we could go to Recommended Charts, and it'll probably see from there. But really, we're actually doing a scatter plot here. And you can do it with lines or without lines. And so I prefer the lines just because it's easier to see kind of the patterns in this case. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you put a title in, you put some access titles in. You always want access titles, that you rename this an appropriate title, whatever it is you're doing. You want to make sure that you put kind of the time elapsed in here. And it's always good to put the units as well. And then this would be, your temperature in Fahrenheit. So there you have it. That's a way to make a simple diagram simple graph in Excel from the serial monitor. Hope you enjoyed.